Hello, everyone. This is Brother Andrew, and today we're going to listen to the story of two very special saints, Eulalia and Julia. These two girls lived a long time ago, but they're still two of our youngest saints, and they have a very interesting story. So now let's put our listening ears on and pay attention to the story of Saint Eulalia and Saint Julia. Eulalia was born in the year 292. She lived in Merida, a big city in Spain. Spain was part of the Roman Empire, which controlled most of Europe. Eulalia was born to a Christian family at a time when being a Christian could be dangerous. The Romans had their own gods, and they believed that their emperor was also a god. The Romans usually left Christians alone as long as they kept quiet. But sometimes an emperor would come along that would be angry at them for not worshiping him like a god. Diocletian was one of those emperors. He became emperor of Rome in 284 before Eulalia was born. One day, a fortune teller told him that the Roman gods would not listen to his prayers until he destroyed the Christians in Rome. Because of this, Diocletian began arresting and executing Christians just for praying to Jesus. Eulalia's mother took Eulalia and Julia far away into the country, hoping that they would be safe from the emperor's wrath. Eulalia, however, was not afraid. She was upset. People were being hurt just because they loved Jesus. That was very wrong. Eulalia was only 11. There was no way she could stop the emperor. But she couldn't just sit and watch and do nothing either. One winter night, Eulalia got up. Careful not to wake her mother, she made her way out of the house and headed back home to Merida. She did not know what she was going to do when she got there, but she was going to do something. Julia said nothing. She just followed her best friend wherever she went. Finally, after a long, cold journey, Eulalia and Julia made it back to Merida. Eulalia had made up her mind. She was going to talk to the emperor himself. Julia knew that would be dangerous, but she stayed by Eulalia's side. Eulalia told the Roman soldiers they were Christian, so they brought her before the emperor. The emperor smiled, but Eulalia was angry. She cried out, "The Roman gods are nothing, for they do not exist. The emperor is nothing if he worships something that doesn't exist." When he heard this, the emperor became enraged. He gave Eulalia a chance to take back what she said, but Eulalia refused. The emperor commanded his guards to tie her up and burn her at the stake. Julia held Eulalia tight, refusing to let her go. So they tied her up and burned her too. People told the story of the two brave 11-year-old girls who stood up to the emperor for persecuting Christians. A few years later, a new emperor came to power, and he forbade anyone in Rome from mistreating Christians ever again. We remember Saint Eulalia for being very brave and standing up for what was right, even when it was hard or dangerous. We remember Saint Julia for staying with her friend, even when times were tough. How can you stand up for what is right, even when it is hard or unpopular? How can you be a good friend?